Hello, how you guys doing? This is Anders Okeda from FX World Changes. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. So, I'll be doing a little bit of analysis on some certain pairs that I literally posted on my group on Telegram. And yeah, man, I just hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So, I just want to start with this setup of the gold. You can see right now. The gold right now, you can see just looking at the hard time frame, there's nothing really much happening besides this resistance it had here. So it has respecting this resistance 1 2 3 by these hashes 1 2 3, and then it went down. So from going here it dropped, and then it decided to push up and respected the resistance again. So going up by looking at this demand here at this point, so it touched this demand, you see. So we have a rally, base, rally. So by this base alone, it touched this base and it decided to go up again. So just expecting the price to just go here to this point, and creating some sort of a resistance here. So we already have the price respecting this price, so we're expecting the price to drop, just go underneath here. So there's a lot of things happening here, which is a bit confusing. I'm just looking at the weekly here, and we don't have much of information, so we can say what is really happening. So we were looking at this point, same story applied here. You can see there's a nice base here. So we'll be seeing that the price has been respecting some lot of base, so it touched it base and it went up again. So let's go for some other setup and try to zoom in a bit in. So we have here this setup here. So I had the setup before it even happened, when it was just below here, this gold setup. So let me show you something. So when the price was just on this point, I saw this significant level here of resistance. Just clicking here, by just looking at your spike, you can see this is a very important zone. So if you could just zoom a bit here, so I had this point, the price here. I thought that when it was just below here, and then it's going to respect this demand here. So it broke this demand. You see, it broke this demand by this candle. It broke this demand and it retested and went up. So let me show you on our June group. Please bear with me. June group 23. Oh, this one is old. Oh, it's July. July group. So let's just check July 23. Okay, there it is. So July 23. So let me just show you something. July 23. So there's the setup that I had on the group. There it is. So before it happened here, I had a nice compression when the price was just approaching this supply zone. As you can see, it was supposed to just respect the supply and then decide to drop again. So what happened is it broke the supply. Let me show you what happened on the real account. So you can see here, it didn't respect the supply. It broke it, and then it retested, and then it went up again. So I had the setup that I saw. Okay, after broken the supply, I saw this demand here. If you can see this part, let me show you something. This level here, so you can see here there's a nice level of resistance at this point. A nice level of resistance. So I just wanted to do that here so you can see properly. Okay, so there's a nice level of support here. So after the price decided to broke this level, I was expecting the price to actually reset this piece, because you can say here this is a nice SNR flip. This is a nice. Okay, you can see the price has been testing this level for quite some time. Tested. So test. But just let me highlight it for you so you can see properly. So this test here, you see this test. So tested, and then it decided to break this level. At this point, it was support, and then it decided to break, and then this support became a nice level of support. So it retested. So when it went to support, you see how hard it broken the support zone. So it broken the support very hard, and so I was expecting it to retest here at this point. So I had this orders at this point. So I had orders at this point, expecting it to actually test this level and then decide to go up. Okay, so unfortunately the price didn't really went to our demand zone. This was a very nice demand zone, so I had a lot of orders here, and then I had some stop loss just below my base candle. So unfortunately the price didn't test our stop, and then it went up again. So I hope that it was really frustrating because it didn't really tested our demand zone at this point. So bear with me, I have a bit of a flu, so let's just go for some other setup here. USD ZAR. So the USD ZAR has been trying to recover. You can see here it's 17 rand. It just went from 19 rand, so there's nothing much happening here. Nothing much. Let's go and check. Let's go check NASDAQ, né? So let's just go and check NASDAQ. We had a price pulling up for quite some time, and I think it's at our order zone. So here, this is a nice level of a very nice quasi-moto here, but you just have to lose the lowest lot size ever, man. If it's 0.01, this is the level if you use 0.01. So you can see this quasi-moto at this point. Quasi-moto, so we have a shoulder here, and then we have a head, and then we have a base here. So it's exactly at the base zone at this point. So you can check here, exactly at the base zone. Just highlight this point. Highlight this point, so you can go for a nice sell here. So we got a nice sell here. If you are just watching this video, you can go for a sell, hoping that the price might at least this point, né? This point, this CP1 at this point. So this first low at this point. So this shoulder and the head. So obviously the price just have to drop, and then at this point, this is your first CP, and then your second CP should be here. So this here is unreal, né? I think it's too far. So you can just have your CP just here, your CP1 here. So just go for a sell, and then expecting the price to drop again, hit your take profit. This one is a very nice setup. Your stop loss, not just put it on the head because the head is far. Just put it here. Yeah? Use a good risk management, guys, because this is really risky. So I'm just gonna go for this trade as well. Yeah? So I'm gonna go for this trade as well. Let's look for some other thing. Okay, let's look for some other setups. Let's go for the. I haven't saw Bitcoin for in a minute, so let me just check a Bitcoin. What is happening on the Bitcoin? Okay, so you can see here with the Bitcoin here, we just have a nice flag here at this point. So you can see here the price was just pushing up, and then it decided to consolidate. So we're expecting a break on the upper move, né? That's on the upper move, expecting the price to just break here. So here for a buy, and then decided to go up. So this is a push leg. So expecting a buy for the NASDAQ. So you can see here what happened is before it even went up, there was this base candle that it touched on an FCP here at this point. This was a nice FCP. This is where it tested. So the price was just doing a compression, and then it touched this bait, and then it went up. So this is a bit of a consolidation, and then expecting the price to just break this horizontal line and then continue going up. So it's an easy setup, very easy setup on the NASDAQ. So let's just go and check for some other stuff, the more popular one. Let's go for the USVs, oh, the USVs, yo, it has dropped. I'm gonna share this setup on my Facebook. I had this setup, I don't know if it was March or what, but I had the setup of the USD and I made money on it, so it's just a matter of patience, guys. Just have to be patient and then you'll be fine. There's nothing else. You just have to be patient. So I'm gonna check. I don't know if it's the March group or which group, but I had the setup. I'm just gonna try and check it out. I'm just gonna try and check it out. So here you have a nice level. Like I've spoken about this for quite some time. We have this Quasimodo here. So we have the shoulder here for a back Quasimodo. So we have a shoulder and then we have a head there. So it broken this Quasimodo at this point. So let me just highlight it for you so you can see. At this point it broken this Quasimodo. It broken and then it retested. This was just a QMLTR. It retested and then it decided to drop again. So you would have made a lot of money. So let me just go and check for this, what I was looking at, this Quasimodo. I want to highlight this. Let me put it here. Okay, let me just put it here, this point. So this was a nice FTR. Doesn't show properly, I don't know why. So let me just at this zone, this was a nice FTR with this base. Zooming it in, so this base was tested, this base here. So let me highlight it for you so you can see this base. You see, this base was the reason this price decided to drop. So it was an easy setup, very easy setup. So highlights here, highlights here, highlights here. So this was a nice FCR. So you see the test, and then it retested this zone and then it decided to drop. So I had the setup. I don't know if I should show it because it's gonna take time for me to actually get it, but I think it was, let me check, April, I think it's April group. Let me check April. Let me check April. If it's not on April, we're just gonna pass because it's gonna just take a lot of time for me to actually analyze it. Oh, do you see? Oh, this one looks like it. Oh, we don't have it. 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 Really don't have it. So it's gonna take time for me to actually find it on the group. So let's go and look for some other stuff. Okay, let's just go and look for some other stuff. So this was a nice setup as well. So let's just go for the EURUSD. I haven't checked the EURUSD for quite some time. Okay. This is the weekly. Let me just check what is happening. We had a huge pull up on the upper movement, so the price was just going up here. Okay, the price is going up, and then we have some beautiful China, so we're expecting the price to drop and go up again. So let's just go for the daily time frame and see. Oh, okay, there's nothing much happening on the EURUSD. There's nothing much. Let's go for this one, the yen. I've explained it on the previous video. This was the setup we had. The nice setup. We had a nice setup on the EURUSD. on the USD yen. So we can see here the price was just respecting these spikes, né? Spike, 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 and then there's a base candle. So always pay attention on your spike. So this was a nice SNR flip. You see here it was a support, and then it was a resistance. So here you had a base candle. So if you can go here on your base, just highlighting your base, and then the price decided to test your base and then decide to drop. So the price is still going down. Don't mind the upper movement right now. So the price still needs to go down, because you can see at this point here it has even broken the nice level of a trend line. So we can probably test this trend line and then decide to drop again. So it might go up a bit and then decide to drop again. So it's so simple. So it's so simple. So simple. So simple. Okay, USD CAD. I haven't checked the USD CAD for quite some time. USD CAD. Oh, nothing much. So just expecting something here at this point. If you highlight here, eh? You see, probably, because you can see here you have a nice head and shoulder by just looking at this point. Shoulder and another shoulder and another shoulder here. You see? So expecting the head and shoulders to break this horizontal trend line, but this is just my views, but there's no setup for me to actually decide and tell people to go for a certain move. So this is what I see. So the price might just break this trend line and then decide to go up again. So let's just look at it and just go for some other stuff which we see trades on. So I missed this one. This was a nice FCR, but this was very quick. You can see the price here. You see test here. I always say, guys, pay attention to your spikes. You see this spike, and then another spike, and another spike. You see, then the price break, and then it retest, and then it drop. So we missed this one. It was a bit quick. So let's just go look for some other setup. So let me just put my charger a bit. Let me put my charger. Okay, so let's go for some other trades. USD yen. This is a setup, but it's not a nice setup because this is an up move. You see, this is an uptrend, and here we have a nice FTR. There's a nice FTR. You see the test, and then there's the base. So highlighting this move at this point, highlighting here. This is where you highlight. You see, so expecting the price to react here, and then decide to drop again. So this is a setup. The stop loss just have to be above the base candle, above the base, and then your TP has to be here. So it's a good setup, but not that good. So here, what happened here? Oh, I never saw this drop. Hey, there's something happening here on the market. Okay, nothing here. Okay, let me see the time. Okay, let me just put it on 20 minutes, and then we'll be back with some other stuff, more setup. Oh, this one, I had this one, guys. I remember this trade here, USD CHF. This one, you see you see here we had a shoulder and a head, and then I said sell somewhere here. I remember posting the setup on the group. So I said sell here, and then you have your stop loss just above this. So let me just check it out if I can still see it on the June or July group, between those two. So make sure you like and subscribe if you are still new to the channel. Just show your love. I had the setup, man. I remember. Oh, okay. Just that I don't write them down because I post so many setup, and sometimes I forget to write them down. Oh. Okay, there's this one I was looking for. Remember when I was talking about the USD CHF, the setup I was talking about, the setup, the USD. Let me just download it so I can post it on my Facebook and show you guys. So this is the setup I was talking about on the daily time frame. USD CHF, we had this one. Okay, let me just save CSG. So let me show you. Remember, we've spoken about this one. USDC. Okay, let me just USD. Okay, ADCHF. Okay, USDCHF. Okay, you see this. This was the trade. You see how nice it was. It was. So we just had the compression. I told you guys no sell here. So you see it went here and then decided to drop again. It decided to drop. So you can see the difference. You see the whole man it went in the money, so you can see at this point. So this one was the setup. So this is the NASDAQ setup that I just spoken about when we started the video. So it's at the exact same point. So you can see that some setup just need time for us to just wait and then be patient to actually work out. So you see now it's on the base like I spoken on the video. So in the June group we had a lot of setup. We had a lot of setup that are just paying out now. So some people might be frustrated. So no, this setup they are not working out. But if you be patient with the setup, as soon as some point they actually start paying off if you are a patient trader. So there's nothing I can do, guys. You know, there's nothing because some setups just take time to actually pay out. So there's nothing we can do. So let me check on the July group. I think the July group. To not make this video very long, so let's check on the July group. July. I hope we have the setup. Oh, I don't think we got it. Hey, we don't have it. We don't have it on the July group. We don't have it on the July group. We don't have it on the July group. So unfortunately, let me see April. Let me just check April, guys. April. If you don't have it on April, because I remember the setup I posted it. Just that when you are trading, there are so many setup you work on, and then you ended up forgetting like which setup, which name did I actually put the setup. The name of the setup, you see. So yeah, I don't see the name, but I remember posting the setup. Probably I'll get it later, but I hope you find this video effective and stuff. So I'm just gonna make more video. Make sure you like and subscribe. I don't want it to be too long, but I hope you actually find this one very effective. So bye for now.